6 points over Urinani, and the Tigers with a 6-point advantage as well over the City Oilers. These two teams meet for the 4th time here in Johannesburg, and each contest has been decided by 2 points or less. It is Beira who currently have the advantage and lead the series 2-1 and come in as the defending champions of the East Division. Now we'll have a look at the team profiles.
We are a family and we enjoy a lot to spend time together. That is the key for us. Enjoy and do our best. That is our goal every day. We finish champions in the Elite 16, and that is very good for us because it was a great time for us. Hopefully we can have the same feeling again.
We've prepared quite efficiently. We're quite energetic about what is in front of us and what we want to do. We understand it's not going to be an easy road. The brand of basketball that we're playing is very exciting. It's good for the eye, you know. So every single time they come out here to come watch us, they'll walk away knowing for a fact that they got their money's worth. I mean, we're under no illusion as to what's going to happen. Yeah, guys are going to come out swinging. There's no question about it. But we're ready for that.
Ferroviario Beira getting ready for this one. They have impressed with their tempered style of basketball. Will Perry and Murray, the new signings in the season, and they really put it on a show to get out here. Coach Luis Hernandez has been a moniker of calm and execution, and we get his thoughts as we get into this one.
Are you relieved that you guys finally qualified for next year's B.A.L following yesterday's performance?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, we are so happy because we got it. We are in B.A.L.
And how's the team feeling ahead of this final?
Not very good. This is the truth. We have several player injury and several players don't go to play today because last 2 weeks we play the national champions in Mozambique and we play tough games here, and some players have injuries and we can not use them.
Your team has already done the job. What do you still want to see from your guys in this final?
Yeah.
Is it about pride?
No, just trying to do our best every day. We are trying to respect the competition and trying to do our best and trying to enjoy it too. But it's hard, but we are going to do it.
Thank you, Coach. All the best.
Okay, thank you.
Always interesting hearing the thoughts of the coaches, and Ishnal Mamade Murray Ubise, who was outstanding in that win over Urunani. Mungoambe Malale gets the start. Surprising that we see Will Perry coming off the bench. Navela Baptista, the captain, Mofunyana, and Nondondo make up a potent Ferroviario Beira squad. It doesn't matter who they have in each position. They share the ball well. They run their offensive systems, but they do get varied role players on every single evening. The Cape Town Tigers have been up and down. They've given us some outstanding performances from the floor, but also have been notable slow starters on a couple of their outings. Coach Floshin Gwenya shares his thoughts ahead of this one.
Coach, you look really happy today. Are you still relishing that qualification?
Well, it's big. Look, it's really big. I'm just glad that we managed to do it. In yesterday's game, we didn't have to go through today because we knew it was going to be a dogfight. If we had to leave it until today, it was going to be a dogfight.
But looking at that performance in that semi-final, what were you happy about?
Well, I was happy about a couple of things. We really played outside of our comfort zone. We had to grind it out, and so it's good to see our team that even though we're not fluent in what we do best, and we can able to grind out wins.
And looking forward to this final, what do you make of your opponents?
Well, look, I mean, this is important to us as well, for the mere fact that we have all these people here coming to watch us, and you know, we have to win it. We're the home team, and there's a bit of a rivalry against the Mozambican teams as always.
And how important or how much would it mean to you guys to make sure that you finish off on a high and make all the SA supporters very proud?
It will mean the world to us, and that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're planning to do, because it's great to see people coming out to watch us, and we also want to make them proud. But also, it will be good for the morale of the team moving forward as well.
Thank you, Coach. All the best.
Thank you so much.
Looking at the starters there for the Cape Town Tigers, Ghana Pamo, Deng, Patni, Prinsloo, and B.A.L. And of course, coming off the bench, Mthembu, Lebesa Selepe, who we've seen in the sixth-man role, along with Lebogang Mofokeng, Nkosinathi Sibanyoni, and Lunaman Igor.
A team that has been at the forefront because they are the hosts here in South Africa. They put on a literal show in every single time that they've been out on the floor. A lot of the talk has been about their three-point shooting. We've seen some dynamic point guard play from Diu Deng, the 20-year-old out of South Sudan. Michael Benije has been a valued addition, and alongside Raphael Patni, they have been a show that people have tuned in to watch. And the Cape Town Tigers and the Ferroviario Beira, you heard Coach Flosh Ngwenya talk about their rivalry, and there is no love lost between these two teams. They are fiercely competitive, Mpumi Ramatsoga, and I can guarantee that we're going to see a show.
Oh, absolutely, Quinton. Like I said earlier, Beira 2-1 in this series so far, in each game there being decided by 2 points or less, as you see the crowds filling in here to take in the action. The South African crowd hoping to get a win out of the Cape Town Tigers.
Well, there certainly is a lot of joy in the stands. It feels like there's some pressure put off with the ensuring qualification, but seeding does matter, and so does prestige. Being crowned Division East champions would sit well with ownership, with the South African fans, and with everybody who has come into the stadium to come and take in this action. Ferroviario Beira hold on to that current title. They'll of course want to go home to Mozambique, knowing that they have again reclaimed that which they've already earned. And if you think that there's going to be any drop in the level of standard of play, expect none of that, because this is the Basketball Africa League, and basketball royalty are always in attendance. We just had the interview with Amadou Gallo and FIBA B.A.L. board member as well. Ambrose is in attendance as we get ready for this one. Match officials Diallo Muchenu, Joyce Muchenu, and Shabani are going to be the officials that take us through the action. And we've seen a lot of talk around how liberal the contact calls have been, and it's going to be interesting to see how they blow this one. Do they blow it tight, or do they allow the players to play like we have witnessed throughout this week? A lot of contention around when and where the contact has been called, but it has made for increased physicality. And this is Africa, and this is African basketball, and we've enjoyed it. Coach Alberto Luis Hernandez has been here before, has won championships, has re-qualified his team, and doesn't give away too much in interviews. Really just, I guess it's the same way he approaches the game. Straight-faced and clear on his strategy. And it came in under a lot of pressure, did Coach Flosh Ngwenya, former South African national team coach of the most winningest coach at university, professional level in South African history, and now has picked up the all-important win for the Cape Town Tigers.
Two master tacticians at the helm of this one. It's going to be a game of chess, Q.
It should be high-paced, high-intensity chess. And here we go. Patni secures the basketball for the Cape Town Tigers into the hands of Michael Benije. Beira Tigers for the title. Garapamo. Prinsloo. First touch in the post. Patni fakes. Prinsloo has time and space. And the first jumper rims out. Cleaned up.
We've seen the Tigers start out from the three-point line in almost all their games, Q.
That is the way that they have loved to play. They've got 5 guys that can space the floor, and they have had some outstanding quarters of fantastic shooting in the build-up to this final.
They absolutely.
The first foul.
And we can think back to that first game against the NBA Academy where they had 8 threes hit in the third quarter.
That was a warning shot to all of the teams in their group, and going 2-1 with the loss to Urunani. Ganapamo catches in space and laces an open jump shot, the assist to Jiu Deng, and we are officially underway from the field. Ganapamo picking up that man MVP award and picking up where he left off the steal. Handle gets lost, but it falls to Prinsloo. Prinsloo feeds Ganapamo. Ganapamo steps in and knocks down another jumper.
Evans Ganapamo announcing himself early in this final. And he'll be one of the players that remembers that 2-point loss in the semi-final last year.
Stone-faced assassin, ice-cold killer, Evans Ganapamo. 2 long-range bombs. Namamade fakes up, gets the defense going, and he's been pretty outstanding in his own way as Namamade with the first field goal for Beira.
He certainly has started out slowly in the first game, but since then has been in double-digit points.
Patni shorts. Nice tempo already as Murray. He'll fire one from downtown as Prinsloo taps to Deng. Control on the miss. 6-2 the score with 7:50 already. Ganapamo looking for his third attempt. Pinije. No one comes out to him. He'll catch, shoot, and it just rolls out.
The Cape Town Tigers recognizing this Beira defense staying on the inside and daring them to come out.
Deng pulls up in transition and he knocks down the shot. He was clinical, made a couple of big shots in that semi-final win over Urunani, and has been one of the talking points for the Cape Town Tigers team in this competition. The drop-off comes. Another turnover.
Deng was fantastic in the semi-final yesterday, but look for him today to try and cut down on those turnovers. He did have 4 in the game.
Ganapamo. 8 points now for Evans. Ganapamo has looked like he's been given the green light to go ahead and lead the offense, and Evans Ganapamo, that's where his comfort zone lies.
It is indeed, and always efficient is Evans Ganapamo.
Ubis right there to pick up his first 2. Double-double for Helton Ubis. And a big win for the Beira over Urunani. Prinsloo, lots of space. Fires up, it's short. Putney cleans up the long rebound. It's taken away. Now a chance for the Beira on the break, and Nemamade uses his body well to secure the 2.
Beira do love to get out in transition queue, and it's rare to see someone stop Numamade once he gets going towards the rim like that.
Well, Ganapamo gets another wide open shot. That one is shorted. And we've seen a lot of the basketball and a high usage rate to start out this one. Murray drives in. It's well read by Ganapamo. Feeds ahead to Putney, and Putney puts it down.
Air Putney.
Well, Raphael Putney plays above the rim and gets his first 2 in the open floor. Nice start for the Cape Town Tigers. Can't imagine that Putney takes off and scores to the delight of the home fans. And Coach Luis Hernandez has seen enough from this Cape Town Tigers team. And we have our first time out on the floor. 14-6 to score with 5:15 left to play. Tsakani Ngobeni is on the floor. We're going to get some insight from him.
Evans Ganapamo starting off with his teammate Raphael Putney with dunks, getting the energy in the building to lean on their side and just encouraging his teammates to get behind him and follow his bus as they already are on the road to B.A.L. And they are just keeping the energy electrified in the building. Over to Q and Kolisi.
Thank you very much, Sagani. And Evans Ganapamo red hot, 1 of 1 on the interior, and he's been given 4 perimeter shots. For me, if you give a shooter open shots, he's going to punish you more times than not.
Absolutely he will. And Ganapamo, you remember him from the B.A.L, putting this Tigers team in a last-minute 3-point shot into the playoffs. And so if you're Beira, you want to slow that man down. They've got to close out on him.
They certainly do have to close out on him. And adjustments will be made. The Beira, Ferroviario Beira, like to sit in their 2-3 zone, make adaptations there. We've seen them go into full court presses on various times, and I think this might be one of the times we see them increase the height of their press, try to take the ball out of the hands of the Tigers guards, and it should be quite interesting what adjustments come out of this timeout.
Should be indeed, and it's a great decision by Coach Flosh to have the offense run the way that the Tigers have started it out, knowing that it's a 2-3.
Well, Zagani has been a little bit close to the timeout, and TK, what do you have for us?
Just told his team, listen, this is a big game, it still counts, we need to get better. However, let's move the ball, share the ball at least 3 to 4 passes, get each other in the rhythm of the game, and the game will then start falling towards what we want it to look like. Thank you, guys.
It's all about the rhythm of the game. Thank you very much, Sagani and Mungoambe, with the first perimeter jumper. Ganapamo right back on the reply.
Evans Ganapamo is leaving it all on the floor today.
Evans Ganapamo been given the green light, and the Cape Town Tigers offense happy to run through him at this point. Nimamade steps in, elbow jumper, nothing but net.
And you love to see a team play like that, Q, to continue feeding the hot hand until it's no longer hot.
Well, he's done a fantastic job throughout these qualifiers. As Nimamade, first game was a little bit quiet. Shot goes up, it's back iron. Benije, Patni can't hold. Ganapamo pulls another one and knocks down another long-range bomb. Somebody better pour some water on that man, because he's on fire.
He certainly is, and I don't see how they cool him down.
Namamade wants to reply. He shorts it, comes off the front iron. Now Benije. Hesitation. Ganapamo surely not. Hits another one. Ganapamo. It's the gun show.
Evans Ganapamo with 17 points already here in the first quarter with 3 minutes still to go.
Murray blows by one. Prinsloo. Nimamade hangs. Malale. Shot rims out. And right now, more questions than answers for Ferroviario de Beira on the defensive end. Has Ganapamo been red hot? Evans Ganapamo, 6 of 8 from the field, has only missed a couple of threes. 5 3-pointers he's got in this first quarter, and he's just literally setting the tone on the offensive end.
And you can imagine that coach is planning something in order to slow that man down.
Right now, Benije feeds into Prinsloo. Goes baselines. The trap comes, it kicks out. Sting. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Ganapamo will try again, and that might be a heat check.
It did look like a bit of a heat check, and you can see that Beira now have adjusted their defense a little bit. Looked like they were going into what looked like a man-to-man defense on that possession. And you can only assume it's in an attempt to slow down Evans Ganapamo.
When the offense runs through him, Cape Town Tigers tend to do well. Now Benije has numbers, feeds out to Putney in space. Well, wrong option as Murray comes into the intended passing path. Now he'll pull from the elbow. Strong on the jump shot. Dang. Bodies right into Mungoambe. Mungoambe can't get out of the way, so he'll pick up a foul. Ganapamo 16.7 points a game, and It's been off the boil a little bit throughout the competition, shooting it at 25%. And we have our first substitution as Lebisa Selepe comes in.
And Q, that's right around the numbers he averaged in the B.A.L. in 2022. He averaged 16.2 points a game on 32.6% from the three-point line.
The drop-off from Prinsloo. Now Patney will try a three of his own. Another three ball falls, and we spoke about the threat of the Cape Town Tigers on the three-point line, and they have come good as they continue their red hot shooting from outside. Ubis cleared out by Binije.
The energy of this Cape Town Tigers team right now on both ends of the floor has been phenomenal.
There's been a lot of talk about the offense of the Cape Town Tigers, but not too much about their defense. They held the City Oilers to 7 points in that first quarter in the semi-final, and it's because of the way that they move and the difficulty they make, or the difficult shots they make their opponents take, and they're pretty impressive so far. Sibanyoni in, Prinsloo off, the Mamade, Murray, the drop-off, and the ball is turned over.
And you see that defense there again, Q, and Coach Floshin Gwenya really is defensive-minded.
Well, for King in as well. Sibanyoni will try the three. It's a tad bit strong. Mofonyana skies for the rebound. That's where Ferroviario Beira great. Mofonyana can't hold on the second chance opportunity.
The Tigers did well there to slow down Beira in transition. We know that that is a core to their game. That is how they get most of their points.
Selepe hands off to Ganapambo. For King. Selepe. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Forced into the long-range shot attempt. It comes off wide left. That's not a great quality offensive possession.
No, it really was not. They've done well to find each other on those long-range shots, and so the pull-ups haven't really been a characteristic.
Well, Patney just gives a little bit of a show. Foul had come at aerial assault is what he is known for, and Evan Ganapambo's mom in attendance. She's been a fan all week and been treated to some really great basketball. That should be called an unsportsmanlike foul. Clear path to the basket, so Raphael Patney should be able to shoot two, as Ganapambo receives warm applause from the Cape Town Tigers bench, and he deserves it.
He does indeed. He heads to the bench with 17 points already in this game.
Raphael Patney. That's 8 points on that make. And he's also been a good signing for the Tigers. He has the ability to control boards. He protects the rim and makes shooting difficult with his length and his athleticism. And the one criticism, I guess you can label it, is that he is foul prone and he gets into foul trouble early.
He definitely has struggled to adjust to the way the referees have been calling it, and has seen himself get into quite a bit of foul trouble. He's been a great replacement following the departure of Billy Preston Jr.
Mtembo. Selepe kicks across. Mtembo goes to ground. Mofonyana. 3-on-3. The ball comes out. Mamade is open. Patney looks like he got a touch on. Mofonyana is there in the paint to pick up the rebound. And this is how the Beira can get themselves back. But just the question around whether that shot came up before, or the foul call came before the quarter whistle had come, and it looks like it did. So Beira will have 2 shots. The game clock has expired, so has the shot clock, and they just confer, and the instant review system has been called in again. And I think this is just to confirm how much time was on the clock before the foul call was made.
We've seen this instant review system be employed throughout the week, and it's added a different dimension to this competition.
It certainly has added a different dimension, but it allows the referees a chance to perhaps just get some calls right that they might have missed, and we've seen that throughout the competition.
Again, little bit back, little bit back.
The Tigers in this opening frame have done really well to keep Beira to just 11 points.
Yes, yes. Go. Go. Point four.
So 0.4 seconds is what will be left on the clock after these free throw attempts.
Okay, two shot.
And Tsakani Ngobeni is courtside with some insight. TK, down to you.
Rebound. Line up. Point four. Still have time. Point four.
Officials trying to see how much time is left on the clock to end the quarter, and they've decided that it's 0.4 seconds, and that's the beauty of the review system. The game becomes more precise and time is not lost on the game. Back to Quinton upstairs.
Well, it's always invaluable to just have eyes on the floor, and Mofonyana is here at the free throw line for Beira. New signee. He's contributed 5.3 points in just 13.9 minutes. Murray could not tip in on the Mofonyana miss, and that's how we're going to close out this exciting first quarter. It's been all Cape Town Tigers from the start. We've seen some outstanding shooting. Raphael Putney chipping in with his 7 points, and 8 points rather, and it's been the gun show. Evans Ganapamo putting on a literal assassin's clinic from beyond the arc to lead all the scorers. 17 first quarter points, and he got it done from inside and out, but the three-point line is where he is clinical. And at the end of the first quarter, it's Ferroviario Beira 11, the Cape Town Tigers 27.
And looking at those first quarter stats, of course, that three-point line, the Tigers 6 of 16, Beira just 1 of 4 on the inside. Tigers 4 of 4, going absolutely perfect, and Beira 4 of 13. Just one trip to the free throw line for both teams. Tigers at a clip of 50%, while Beira are yet to make from the charity stripe.
Well, as far as the scoring is concerned, it's been Ishmael Nemamade for Ferroviario Beira with his 6 points, and on the other side, the man out of the Central African Republic played his basketball for the New Orleans Privateers, Evans Ganapamo. Paris basketball also got a chance to see the long-range assassin, and he stepped right into rhythm, and no defense on him. A shooter will shoot. It's been compact, it's been clear, and it's been efficient and great to watch. Tsakani Ngobeni is standing by courtside again, so we go down to courtside reporter TK.
Evans Ganapamo came out at the end of the first quarter to try and change his sneakers. He's currently wearing the Jordan 1 retros. His teammates and managers all declined and said, listen, you want a lucky streak, you're going to keep on those Jordans, and you're going to keep with that luck. So he was denied wearing his Kobe's and told to play like Jordan for the rest of the quarter. Over to you, Q.
It's always those unique insights. Thank you, TK. And superstition might be a real thing.
You've gotta love how superstitious athletes can be. You do not change anything when things are going right.
Well, adjustments made on the floor now as Putney, Prinsloo, Ganapamo, Deng, and Sendepe start out this one. Nemamade, Mofonyana, Mungawambe, Murray on the floor. And we haven't seen Will Perry yet for this Ferroviario Beira team. Nemamade's shot rims out, the rebound picked up by Deng.
Well, Coach pregame spoke a little bit about having picked up some injuries due to the intensity of their schedule, and perhaps that applies to William Perry.
I have no doubt that it applies as Prinsloo will try a 3 of his own. Comes off left. Rebound picked up by Mugawambe. Now it's Nemamade. Mugawambe drops. Still can't find that crucial touch inside, and this Beira offense is not functioned at their highest level. We saw what they're capable of in that semi-final against Hurunani. They were executing almost flawlessly on the interior. And this is a different prospect indeed, but they're still going to continue to adjust the pressure. Kanapamo, and there comes the foul. Late on the recovery, Nemamade will pick up the foul. First one in this quarter, and gives Kanapamo a chance to go to the free throw line.
It is absolutely reasonable for Nomamade to react the way he did to Evans Ganapamo with the ball in his hand as an offensive threat. And of course, Q, you've got to think that William Perry not being a part of the game right now has impacted the way Beira are able to execute their offense.
He's their floor general, and it's not only about his shot making, it's the way that he distributes the ball, the players that he finds in space. And the scoreline probably a reflection of the absence of Will Perry, because Beira are limited to just that 11 points in 11 minutes of play.
And Will Perry for this Beira team in the B.A.L. in 2022 averaged 14.2 points a game on 38% from the three-point line.
Telepe with the defensive play comes away with it. Cross-court pass. Ganapamo thought about it. Send it right back to Ding. Now Putney. Still 14 on the shot clock. He'll pull up on the jumper, and it's good.
Great job by Putney to exploit the baseline for that shot.
Averaging 13 a game in this competition. Rafael Putney has been 50% from the field on the interior. And we have more substitutions on the floor. Trying to find the combination to unlock this Cape Town Tigers defense right now, Coach Luis Hernandez. Nemamade. Mofunyana tries to bulldoze his way inside, and he'll draw the foul. Got a large frame, Mofunyana. Not scared to go right into the contact.
You've got to give credit to this Tigers defense. However, Q, as coach for Beira tries to find offensive options, the defense has been really good.
Murray. 2 needed points for Ferroviario Beira. Dang. Putney. Now, Kanapamo is wide open. Back iron on that. And both teams just searching for the offense here in the second quarter. Nemamade. Mungwambe. There's Mofunyana. Nemamade under duress. Gets the runner to go with the contact from Evans Ganapamo. And if you can foul me and take a couple of shots, I can do the same, says Ishmael Nemamade.
Nemamade showing his own offensive power for this Beira team. And of course, in the last 3 games, he has carried a lot of that load alongside Will Perry, as well as Murray.
They certainly do spread the scoring as Nemamade gets 3 the old school way. 9.7 points a game. He's been averaging 39% from the field. He struggled from the 3-point line, but 50% on the interior. There's Putney. Left hand, soft touch, count the bucket.
Rafael Putney now has 12 points for the Cape Town Tigers.
Once one team goes up, they keep coming back the other way. Tigers creating sizable separation. Murray tries to split the trap and then draws the contact again. Foul coming in. 3rd Cape Town Tigers foul.
Murray, of course, a guy that we expect to see a lot of scoring from, coming out of Saudi Arabia last season with Al Safa, averaging a double-double, 22.8 points a game, along with 14 rebounds.
Well, he's been necessary for this Beira team. His physical presence inside the paint. Skying for the rebound is Putney. There's Benije. Back in. Ding. Ding. He laces one from downtown. Smile on his face. Deng. He hit a couple of big threes against the City Oilers to help sink them as the Cape Town Tigers picked up their first qualification in this one. 20-point lead now. Murray drops off, and that's nice tempered play by Beira. Patni quickly back up the other way. Benajay chooses to hold. There's Deng. It's almost too easy. Ganapamo, the extra pass. Patni's in rhythm. He shorts the jumper.
The scoring has been all Patni, all Ganapamo, and all Deng.
Well, nice score again. Mungoabe. Got role players that are deceptive and can score at various times. Muguambe, Nemamade, Ubise, all within it. We haven't seen too much of Joel Ndondo, who's on the floor now. The backdoor pass, and Patni is being cleared for takeoff.
Patni showing off his hops once again. We've seen him play above the rim so much already in the first half of this game.
Beautiful pass, and Patni now getting it done on the defensive end as that long lift frame present on the defensive end, and he'll get a little bit of a breather as Flush Ngwenya makes another change. That vision, the athleticism of Patni, and it excites the home fans.
Does indeed. Cape Town Tigers putting on a show for their home crowd. Looks like Patni picked up a bit of an injury there, indicated that there was some blood on his wrist.
Well, there are medical teams on site, and there's a timeout call. The Cape Town Tigers holding on to an 18-point lead. Time certainly has flown by. 5:17 left is 38-20, and we'll check in with courtside reporter Tsakani Ngobeni.
Coach Hernandez imploring his team to stay in the game mentally, keep focused, and just want to execute, because right now they're a little bewildered. The team is scoring hard. The game is fast-paced. It's like, guys, we are preparing for B.A.L. We're in B.A.L. This is what we're going to come against. So now we need to get our grits ready and play at a level that makes us know that we can win at that level. Thank you. Over to Q and Mpumi.
Those insights always invaluable. Thank you very much, TK. As with 18 points in the deficit, you imagine that got to try and throw some different defensive looks at this Cape Town Tigers offense. They've been executing almost seamlessly on every offensive possession. They've looked too comfortable, and that's a sign, Pumira Madzoka, that they need to throw some different defensive looks at this offense.
Yeah, Beira is going to have to throw some different defensive looks at this Tigers offense. They've got to try and slow them down, and they've got to do a better job of closing out on the three-point line. We know that the law of averages says that the percentage will come down for the Tigers, but they're shooting it at a high rate.
Pass into space, and Patni just got on his bike and called for the travel. Defense has been active and in the right areas. Mufonyana bringing up the basketball. Patni on him. Pass into the corner. There's Novella who's in, and Novella knocks down a three, much to the applause of Coach Luis Hernandez.
Yeah, Lebisa Selepe on that possession, just a little bit slow to close out the shot and giving the shooter a little too much time and a little too much space.
That might be the start of a sparking a run, but Selepe will catch, shoot, and he'll hit late on the defense, and he'll come back right the other way to knock down a long-range jumper of his own. 41 plays 23. Mufonyana floats up with the left hand, counter bucket.
It's been the inside presence of this Beira team that has gotten it done for them in the last two games. And of course, in the semi-final, it was all Ubis on the inside.
Selepe, drop off to Ganapamo. Ganapamo pulls up off the left-hand dribble. Strong rebound, Ndondo. They've gone big at Beira with Murray, Ndondo and Mofonyana on the floor. There's Mofonyana. Created some space. Novella. Nice drop-off pass as Mokogwambe challenged. Just enough defense on that one from Benije to control the possession for the Tigers. Selepe. Now a different look in terms of this zone from Beira. There's some space for Prinsloo. He has a chance to look at it and he will knock down another three-point shot. I'm not sure that this is the best defensive strategy we've seen from Beira.
Yeah, Beira looked to make an adjustment. They brought that zone a little bit higher, but it's done nothing to curb the three-point shooting of the Tigers.
19-point lead. The drive in and kick out. Novella working on the baseline, and there's a kick ball violation as William Perry is looking in.
William Perry watching in, unable to contribute on the floor as the floor general, as the scorer. He's standing right now. He has been playing the whole week with a sore knee, and right now it's iced out, and has decided, game time decision, to sit out and encourage his team from the sidelines rather than playing. Thank you, Quinton.
Insights from the sideline. Our courtside reporter Tsakani Ngobeni. There's a pass from Ganapamos to Banyoni back in. There's Novella bumps Benije. Frustration because the call comes in. Benije tried to walk away from the contact. In your thoughts, Msumbumi Ramatsoha?
Benije has absolutely no reason to complain there, Q. He turned his body to the offensive player, and of course that was going to be called a foul.
Novella gets himself to the free throw line. $19 points, the difference. It's one way that they can get themselves back in this one if they continue to just stop the clock, make inroads by a free throw, but they've got to get stops on the other end. Do Ferroviario Beira, 1 of 2 for Novella.
They absolutely have to get stops. We know that Beira like to run, Q, and if they get stops, they can get themselves going out in transition and out on the break.
3 points now for Novella. 18 points still the gap. Novella tries to wrestle it away from Evans Ganapamo, the game's leading scorer. 6 of 11. Well, this game does attract all variety of stars and celebrities. There's Mini Dlamini in attendance to take in some of the best basketball action that Africa has to offer. Selepe driving on the baseline, steps out of bounds, trying to make the pass to Benije, and this is danger time for the Cape Town Tigers. Having a big lead like this going into the second half, players tend to take their foot off the gas, and that's been not evident from them. They've been able to keep their consistency throughout, but it still might be a concern.
Players can absolutely get complacent when it comes to having big leads, and it's going to be the job of Coach Floshengwena and his staff to keep them motivated coming out of half-time.
Well, there's Mofokeng. Selepe, very active. Mungawambe gets the foot on the intended pass. Cape Town Tigers with 5 team fouls, only 1 foul for Ferroviario Beira. Prinsloo gets it back. Trap comes quickly, tries to fall out baseline to make the pass as well. Picked up by Murray. Novella. Wow, fantastic finish under duress.
And that is Beira's game getting running.
Sibanyoni tries to drop off the pass, and now the zone proving effective as Marcus Mokoena will get a run as Sibanyoni steps off. More changes, going deeper and deeper into his rotation, Coach Floshengwenya.
Marcus Mokoena, a very recent addition to this Tigers team. Haven't seen much of him throughout the tournament, but here we see him now.
Yeah, been very limited minutes. Only 3.6 minutes for his 1.3 points. Murray powers up. The continuation goes and add 2 more to the total with the 58.3 seconds left.
We spoke about Murray being a big offensive threat and needing to get going for this Beira squad if they are going to have a chance. And so it's good to see him put some points on the board.
Final minute of this second quarter. It's been some enthralling action. Cape Town Tigers have gone just off the boil a little bit. Pinejek. That's into the path of Prinsloo. Rebound picked up and cleaned up by Ndondo. Murray looking for the drop-off pass. Mofokeng controls. Selepe just got by. Barely got by. Novella is trying to make the pass into space. And the defense comes. Selepe tries to put it on the floor, and Novella with the illegal hand. And he draws that foul, and it will send. Should send Selepe to the sideline.
0.2 differential here between the game and the shot clock. And so we can probably expect the Tigers to hold for the last possession.
Well, there's a coaching challenge on that call. As I think Coach Luis Hernandez wants the referees to have another look at that one.
It's normal foul because he tried to steal the ball. Yes, it's normal. Again, a little bit normal. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, let it normal. No, normal foul. He tried to steal the ball. Normal foul. Make it normal. Okay.
Normal foul. Yeah.
Fine.
And so the foul stands, as was called live.
We check.
And after the review, there was a legitimate attempt for the basketball as viewed by the referees, and so correct foul call, only the second one. Beira team, and Novella picks up the second. Selepe. Game is whittled down to a 13-point contest. Prinsloo, wide open shooter in the corner, sees Mofokeng. The ball goes in and out of 3 seconds, winding down. Selepe makes the pass. The shot gonna go up just before the halftime siren goes, but the shot won't count as Benajay shorts that one just too late in the shot clock as he had to rush that. But impressive first half for the Cape Town Tigers. Home fans will certainly be the happier, and Beira fighting their way back after being down as much as 20, and they certainly have executed their way back into this one. Coach Floshengwenya takes a lead 2 for his team into the halftime break as the Cape Town Tigers looking to pick up this Division East Championship. Halftime here at Ellis Park Arena. Ferroviario Beira 31, Cape Town Tigers 44.
Looking at the stats at halftime, 7 of 7 are the Tigers inside. Beira just 11 of 28 from the outside. The Tigers have been red hot, making 9 of 27. And it is 2 of 3. Beira just connecting twice from deep range. both teams making 3 free throws apiece in first half action.
But it's going to be time to take a break because we have second half action in just about 13 minutes, and we want to keep it here because the finals will be decided after this one. Dikeledi is courtside, and we're going to hand down to Dikeledi Shabalala.
Well, thank you so much. Yes, we do have some esteemed guests here attending this final, and I have the pleasure of being joined by Mini Lamini, who's here to watch this phenomenal match. Mini, what brings you here? Who are you supporting, and how are you finding this atmosphere?
The vibe is great. It's so great to see such an amazing crowd here at the Ellis Park Arena. I think it's really awesome. I'm supporting the Cape Town Tigers. They are in the lead, which is super, super exciting. But of course, the lineup for afterwards and right now, halftime, we've got Musa Keys. So it's an amalgamation of great sport, great entertainment, and what we all need to do to grow the game of basketball in this country.
Well, it's a pleasure having you here, and you look beautiful.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, let's throw it back to our commentary team.
It is halftime here in the final game of the Road to the Basketball Africa League. Ferroviario Beira 31, Cape Town Tigers 44 is what is happening at Ellis Park Arena, the scenic city of Johannesburg in the background. And the man of the moment, Evans Ganapamo, has been on fire. 5 of 11 from three-point land to total his 6 field goals. And what we have seen is his ability from the three-point line, Msimpumi Ramatsoga.
And his absolute confidence, Q. He was unshakable from the beginning of the game, knocking down shots.
His demeanor doesn't change much, no matter whether it's going well or not. And Evans Ganapamo set the tone early, and I'm pretty sure that they're going to try and come out of this halftime and see if they can close out this third quarter in style. Well, it's Deng, Ganapamo, Prinsloo, Binije, and Putney, standard starting 5 for the Cape Town Tigers. Putney laces it from downtown. 15 Raphael Putney points.
Putney and Ganapamo both in double digits. Ganapamo with 19, and for Beira, nobody yet to get past that 10-point mark.
Ganapamo throws up, and Putney puts it down. That is fantastic recognition, and someone who's been quietly accumulating points but now leads all scorers on the floor.
And what you loved to see there was the excitement from the rest of this Cape Town Tigers team.
Sharing the basketball makes pretty plays as joint top scorer Raphael Putney with that 19 on that make. He's 8 of 10 from the field. Left-hand layup, good. As Mungawambe drives in. Ding, Putney. Sharing the ball around the perimeter. It's Ding, jab step. And he hits from the free throw line. Finding lots of space inside the zone.
And that's a result of their three-point shooting, Q. Get hot early from outside, force Beira to pull it out, and then go back inside.
Mofunyana, Ndamamade around that Ubish screen. Putney, that's Kanapamo. Hangs from the elbow and hits the shot and takes him over to 21 points.
And looks like his teammates have allowed him to change his shoes, and it hasn't quite impacted him yet.
Well, time to cross over to courtside reporter Takane Ngobeni. TK, your thoughts on the second half?
Ferroviario Beira coming into the second half, sitting into a 2-3 zone, trying to slow it down, but unfortunately the outside shooting of the Cape Town Tigers is making that very difficult. So they're trying to give the Tigers different looks to ensure that they stay close in this game or chip into the lead. Back to Quinton and Mpumi.
Thank you very much, TK. And yes, the zone of Ferroviario de Beira hasn't been very effective. Still a 20-point lead for the Tigers. Murray tries to split the D, and he'll pick up a foul. Well, Princeton will pick up the first foul of this quarter.
Beira have really struggled on the defensive end to try and get some stops. They just have not been able to build the kind of momentum that is required for them to chip away at this lead.
Mofunyana powers up and in, and not much you can do with the big frame of Mofunyana that close to the rim. Mofunyana played some of his basketball in the Division II French League out of Pace University in New York City. Pinej's shot rattles out. Ganapamo's going to try another long-range attempt. That's his 12th one for the game. And it's Ubishu Skies to control the possession for Beira. Murray. Patient offense. Ndamamade shot, front iron. Putney. Speeds ahead. There's Ganapamo. Still can't find his range, and Pinejay cuts into space and gives the crowd here in Johannesburg a reason to smile as he flushes it down.
What a fantastic way to get your first 2 points of the game. Welcome, Michael Pinejay.
Hasn't needed to score, and that's a fantastic way to start out. Surprising nonetheless.
You got to be happy for your coach Flush. You have a scorer the caliber of Mike Pinejay, and you haven't needed him to be up 20 points.
Pass sees the baseline open up for revision there with that. The shot clock violation cup. The shot went up. Had it gone in, probably would have counted, but didn't draw iron on the miss, and so shot clock violation it is. Turnover for Beira. Back into the zone they go. Pinejay. Princeton, he'll step back from the three-point line. And there's very little that Beira can do with the movement that they're displaying in the zone to get out to the shooters.
The 11th made 3 for the Cape Town Tigers.
Coach Luis Hernandez just saying that there's some happiness there on that execution as another 2 goes the way of Ubis. Yeah, we saw some turnovers down the stretch from Diodeng, and that turnover enough to bring us a timeout on the floor, but it's been, again, pretty good display by the Cape Town Tigers, and we're going to take the time now to go down courtside to Tsakani Ngobeni.
Coach Flosh Ngwenya calling the timeout to say they're sitting in the zone. Guys, we are preparing, we're in the BA.L competition now. We need to get ready to play and execute at this level. We cannot be complacent because we're leading. We need to keep our temperament and play like where we are going and continue to execute all the time. So this timeout is to rearrange, realign, and ensure that the team finishes this quarter very strong. Back to commentary upstairs.
Well, thank you very much, TK, and really is about preparing for what's to come. I know that the Basketball Africa League only set to tip off in the early part of 2023. You're looking at around the third month, but preparation all starts now, finding the pieces and putting them together. And I think a feather in the cap of either coach would be picking up the Division East Championship here in the road to the B.A.L.
Absolutely, and you know, Coach Flosh said it, this is somewhat of a rivalry, and if Tigers can pick up this win, then the series between these two teams over the last year and a bit will be at 2-2.
Well, after that strategizing timeout, we resume the action. Ellis Park Arena is where it's been happening. Just on the outskirts of the CBD in Johannesburg, and Benajay into the passing lane, taking time off the shot clock at 10. Murray. Mofonyana. Ganapama almost steals it away. Mungawambe's shot is short.
We saw a lot of active hands there in that past defensive possession.
Ubis right through the defense like a hot knife through butter as he gets two more. Outstanding execution from Ubis in that win against Urunani. He was the standout player. He was the game MVP.
Outstanding indeed, with a double in that game.
Dang, throws out Putney. Can't get the two-handed finish, but he does keep it alive for the Tigers. Benazir's shot comes hard off the back iron. Namamade cleans up. Namamade right against the 5 Cape Town Tigers defenders, and he's able to pick up the foul.
It just feels like Cape Town Tigers are having a bit of a shooting practice out here.
Not the same intensity that we experienced from Ferroviario Beira team in that semi-final. But the Tigers have got so many weapons in their arsenal. Deng picks up the foul nonetheless. Ishmael Namamade. Average 9 points, 2 rebounds. Shot it at 42% in the Basketball Africa League for Ferroviario Beira in their 6 games in conference play.
And of course, Beira in that season of the B.A.L. going just 1 of 4, picking up that lone win.
Deng. Shot from Deng. And it's picked up by Mofonyana. Another rebound.
Everybody getting in on that long-range action for the Cape Town Tigers.
Murray drives baseline. Up and under. Pretty move. Seventh Murray point. Putney. Ganapamo drives. Short. The baseline jumper, short baseline jumper is good. And the contest for top scorer on the Cape Town Tigers team is now being led by Evans Ganapamo. 23 of those he has.
Ganapamo with a pretty impressive 53% from the floor.
Turn in as Ubish creates space, and he uses his 6'8" frame very well. He's able to sit in on defenders, he uses the physicality aspect, and had Putney's pinned on his back as the change comes, as Lebisa Selepe comes in. Deng will go back to the bench.
The goal with Ibis has got to be to try and move him out of that position. You cannot allow him to post you up and seal you that deep in the paint.
He will punish you every time, and he gets 3 the hard way. Ibis has 9. Selepe tries to drop off the pass. Murray bundles right in, and he'll pick up the foul. 4th Cape Town Tigers foul. Murray off the forced entry pass that was picked up, and then Selepe forced into the contact. And we talked about Lifestyle, famous South African rap artist, AKA, will be performing here in the arena just a little bit later. And that's sure to please some of the fans in the house.
I mean, they've already gotten such a phenomenal show from the Cape Town Tigers as well.
And now a conversation again. Referees and Coach Luis Hernandez. Triggers the instant review system. And I think this is to check whether it's going to be an intentional foul. That foul by Lebisa Selepe on Michael Murray. And just having a look in terms of a legal attempt for the basketball.
Again. He tried to make it blocking foul. No, unsportsmanlike. You look at the hands and the arm. Yes. Yes. The contact here with the arm is aggressive. Yes. We will see the thing. Unsportsmanlike foul.
And after review, you are justifying the challenge by Coach Luis Hernandez on the play. We saw Selepe, and it's that leg. Mpumi just doesn't look like a legal attempt on the basketball, and especially in review.
Yeah, Lebisa Selepe not happy with that call, just discussing it with the referee, trying to make some sort of understanding as to why that foul was called on him and called unsportsmanlike.
Foul was already awarded, but now it's 2 shots and possession. Murray makes both. And slowly but surely, this is becoming a game again, as it becomes a 12-point game, a score here, and it becomes very, very interesting.
And we spoke about getting complacent as players when you have a lead the size of the one that the Tigers came out with.
Murray drops off to Mfunyana. Contact call. And Selepe, his picture could speak 1,000 words right now. Mfunyana goes back. It's the 4th Cape Town Tigers team foul. Well, 5th foul. They are in the penalty, so that sends Mfunyana to the free throw line.
A look of frustration was on the face of Lebisa Selepe after having picked up that foul.
Two quick foul calls. Mfunyana's played limited minutes throughout this competition, 13.9, 41.2%, but he's been highly efficient on the interior. The 70% conversion rate on his 3 shots a game. Game at 10 now. Ganapamo wide open. Back iron. Putney sees Benajay on the cut. Ganapamo tries to make the extra pass. The shot clock at 6. Benajay threads in to Putney, who goes on the fadeaway, and the defense does enough to dissuade. Secure possession for Beira. Murray strong in. and then gets called for the travel.
Beira had an opportunity there to bring the lead down to single digits. Unfortunate to get the turnover.
Big possessions. Now Murray just took the extra step. Referee's right there to make the call. Tigers need to get a score on this one. There's Putney in space. And back iron, Binajay can't wrestle that away. Now a chance for Beira as the dunk comes. Mungwambe looks like he's done something. He has forced to sit down as he elevates up and he throws down in transition. The Showtime play comes, but now in a little bit of trouble, and that's not a good sign. Mungwambe, a big part of this Beira offense, and just as he went up, immediately called for a timeout and had to go to ground.
He's had a big impact on Beira's ability to come back in this game. The Tigers have led by as many as 23, and now Beira have brought it within single digits.
Maybe a little bit of cramp. Mungwambe just gonna take a walk around. He'll get attention from the medical staff. Still gonna be Tigers basketball. 1:23 left in this third quarter. Prinsloo, dang. Prinsloo will attempt the long-range bomb, and it will fall down as Peter Prinsloo is starting to find his touch.
A much-needed bucket for the Cape Town Tigers as Beira had begun to go on a run.
6 points for Captain Peter Prinsloo. Namamade. Drop off. Ubis can't finish. Dang. Ganapamo, Pinije, the extra pass. The ball moves into the path of Ganapamo. Is wide right. He's gone completely off the boil in the second half.
Yeah, Ganapamo going absolutely cold after having started 5 of 7.
Searching for it, but you know the old adage and cliche says that shooters will stay shooting. The foul comes and they again the ball will advance and send Ferroviario Beira up the end of the floor. There's just enough interest here for the Beira or Ferroviario Beira to try and make a final run and keep it interesting going into the fourth quarter. Ubis draws the foul and he goes to the free throw line, and that takes him into double digits.
The lead being down to single digits towards the end of the third will absolutely give Beira motivation in that fourth quarter to try and go on a run.
Binajay. Dang. Prinsloo. Another three-point shot goes up, and Cape Town Tigers living and dying by the three.
I spoke about the law of averages later, knowing that the average for the shooting was going to come down, and now the Tigers only shooting it at a clip of 34%.
And just like that, Ubis gets a big score as the quarter closes out, and back within 7 points, Ferroviario Beira making a late run here in the third quarter, and we have just enough interest in the fourth as the Division East Championship is at stake. At the end of 3, it's Ferroviario Beira 56, Cape Town Tigers 63.
Looking at some of those stats, field goal percentage, 21 of 49 are Beira and 24 of 53 are the Tigers from the three-point line. Tigers cooling up a little bit. They still have made 12 of their 38. Beira only 11 attempts, of which 2 were made. Turnovers, Beira's 16 times to the Tigers 12.
Well, we're having so much fun right here courtside, and of course with some important guests at VIP, and I do have the pleasure yet again of having another guest that is AKA. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. I mean, AKA, you actually gym with Raphael Putney.
Yes, I do. He's a crazy guy.
How do you keep up?
I don't really like gym with him. He gyms at the same gym as I do. In fact, that the whole team does. So, you know, I was speaking to him before I even knew that I was going to perform at the finals. And he was saying, man, it's so good to be in South Africa. I'm having such a good time playing ball and spreading the game, you know?
Yeah, and you're performing later on?
Let's do it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That is an excited AKA, but there's still lots to look forward to. So over to you, commentators.
Well, as we head into the fourth quarter, it's Beira 56, Cape Town Tigers 63. We have 10 minutes of great championship basketball. All that remains in this road to the Basketball Africa League qualifier. 10 minutes away from crowning a champion. 10 minutes away from the end of the road to the Basketball Africa League championship. And it all comes down to this.
And we can expect Beira to make a push here in the last quarter, having brought this lead down significantly with that third quarter performance.
And big score to open up this fourth quarter. 5-point gap. A little bit of pressure back on the hosts. As much as 23 the lead was. There's Deng. Driving baseline, drops off. Putney can't convert in close range. Prinsloo cleaned out. Beira have numbers. Numamade!
Numamade in transition, almost a certainty for 2 points.
The run and the momentum certainly now with Beira. Ganapamo. Deng will try. Partial block controlled by the Beira offense. Murray. Baptista is in here in the fourth quarter. Obish on the floor. Murray, Numamade, and Mofonyana make up the 5 for this Ferroviario Beira outfit. Coach Rosengwenya looking on now. And I think the glaring stat for me, Kumira Mazov, has been Cape Town's reliance on that 3-point shot.
Yeah, they have absolutely over-relied on the 3-point shot, particularly after having gone cold for a period of time in the third quarter.
36 attempts from downtown, and they force travel. Numamade caught up in the trap, and crucial turnover as Libisa Salepe goes off the floor. We have a look. A smart play. Prinsloo using some of that veteran experience to wrestle that one away from Ismail Numamade. Pressure. Deng. Putney comes on the high pick. Deng from a meter outside. A battle for the rebound. There's the short jumper that won't go. Putney puts a poster on Captain Baptista, and maybe that'll spark some of this Cape Town offense. A straight baptism.
Putney once again, his fourth dunk in the contest.
Mofonyana. The foul on the attempt to drive. Raphael Putney. High level of efficiency. 21 points on just 7 of 10 on the interior. 2 of 5 from the outside. And here's the drive in. Big-bodied Mofonyana will move most defenders on the drive, and Benajay caught up with his hands and so commits the foul in the act of shooting, and it sends Chirumafa Mofonyana to the free throw line.
It really feels like Tigers have taken their foot off the pedal and are letting Beira back into this game.
7 points for Mofonyana, and more importantly, back within 3. 8 minutes remain. Matsakane Ngomeni is courtside. TK, what thoughts do you have around what we're seeing on the floor?
Beira playing the slow grind kind of basketball, grinding away with the even temperament of Coach Hernandez, as he's told his team, let's chip into the lead and be close to the points we need to be to cut into the game. However, the Tigers continue to just put on an onslaught from three-point line, attacking that 2-3 zone, finding ways to compete and extend their lead. Over to commentary.
Thank you very much, TK. And certainly does come to down to shooting. Big time shot again by Ganapamo, who just seems to go off and on the boil. And
you know, we spoke about him having cooled down a little bit, but still shooting it at a very respectable 46% from the three-point line.
Offensive foul as Ganapamo tries to get around the Ubis screen and forces a change in body position. Ubis leans the hip out, and the referee right there to make the call. 26 points. Putney and Ganapamo combining for 47 points in this performance. Binajay out of control, uncharacteristically, throws away. Ball is scrambled for and picked up by Beira. There's Murray, cross court. Nimbamade is open. Fake the drive, short jumper, controlled by Ubis. Big time rebound. Murray will try the three-point shot, and then contact as Baptista and Prinsloo, the two captains, battling for it, and as always in the wars is Peter Prinsloo. Up he goes for the rebound, the attempt to bat it away, catches the arm as well, and it's going to be a foul in Tigers basketball.
If the Tigers are going to try and pull away again from Beira, they cannot allow those second chance opportunities. They've got to do a better job on the boards.
Binajay from deep, and different guys can score from the three-point line for the Cape Town Tigers. It's what makes them so dangerous. Only 5 points for Binajay, but a big-time shot here. Lead back up to 9. Murray trapped. Murray, jump ball call.
Great job in the trap by Binajay and Peter Prinsloo. Binajay just getting in, tangled with Murray to cause that jump ball.
Well, possession narrow with the Cape Town Tigers, and with that jump ball contest, it's going to be Ferroviario Beira calling the timeout. Coach Luis Hernandez going to make some adjustments, and it is 71-62 with 6:14 left to play.
Coach Flosh Ngwenya giving instructions to his team, rearranging his attack, informing them that they already know what we're doing. It's just changing up a little bit, putting Putney in a more shooting position, and also ensuring that Ganapamo is ready to shoot from outside. So he wants all his shooters ready to fire, while Coach Hernandez is letting his team, listen, we are where we need to be right now. Let's continue to play hard, grind them out, because that's the kind of basketball we play. We are in this moment because of our team identity. Let's continue to play as a team.
On the ground, just getting the thoughts and the insights from the huddle. And here we go, out of the timeout. It's going to be Diu Deng. Quiet one for him, 7 points. Ganapamo, Prinsloo. Wide open is Ganapamo. 20th field goal attempt for Central African Republic based Evans. Murray off the dribble. Challenged by Prinsloo, long rebound.
Good defense by Prinsloo there to contest the shot.
Ding drives in. Benajay behind the back. Quick shot from Ding. Doesn't go. Putney tried to pick up the rebound for another one of his spectacular plays. Now Nemamade down the other way. Shorts the rebound on the contest, and Murray is there to clean up. Well, 2 more points to Murray.
Spoke about those second chance opportunities. Beira making sure to crash the glass. Tigers have got to do a better job.
Benajay from way downtown almost goes in. Easy cleanup for Mofonyana. Now it's Nemamade again, speeding down the floor, attacking the rim. Ubis is there, and there's a push call. Maybe just a little bit of smart additional selling there by Evans Ganapamos. So the foul does come. Drive in. Nemamade goes over the outstretched arm of Princeton, and there's a strong push in the back.
I'm not sure that it was that strong, Key. Ganapamo seemed to have sold it to the referees.
Ganapamo once again relentless. That's the word when it comes to Ganapamo. 14th attempt from the three-point line, and he's made 7 of them, and is leading all scorers with his 27. He's 30 points for the Cape Town Tigers. Out of bounds.
And it just seems Evan Ganapamo has a knack for finding a shot just when the Tigers need one. And you see there, he has 29 points on 7 of 16 from beyond the arc, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, and 3 of 5 inside the paint.
Ganapamo. Ding. Ganapamo again. That is the 8th three-pointer and takes him over the 30-point mark. On fire again, as finishing the game the same way he started, the passing to Murray, and that's an easy 2 finish. And there is another timeout, time for adjustments to be made by the relevant coaching staffs, as Evans, the gun show Ganapamo, leads all scorers, 32 points, exploding here in this final. 5 rebounds, got 4 assists, but it's been his 3-point shooting. 8 of 15 from beyond the arc. Efficient, with as soon as he can see it, just so rhythmical, assassin-like, and we've seen him do it a couple of ways, coming off handoffs, off the catch and shoot. As long as there's just a little bit of space, Ganapamo is dangerous.
And even after he got cold, we knew he would come right back. Evans Ganapamo, just like all shooters, kept on shooting, and it has paid dividends for the Cape Town Tigers to extend this lead back above double digits to 11.
Well, after watching that explosion of points from Philando Jones, getting to 40, Evans Ganapamo maybe a little bit inspired by his opponent yesterday evening, and here he is delivering for the Tigers in this big Division East final. Well, the Netball World Cup, of course, coming to South Africa next year. Dumisani Chauke in attendance, as basketball attracts near and far across sports, across culture.
Of course, Dumisani Chauke, a former basketball player, in fact played for the Eastern Cape Province.
And now heavily involved in the game of netball, but basketball does seem to unite, and there's a foul called as Deng, again, just trying to get by Mungawambe. No love lost between the two players. There's Ganapamo. Prince will try another three. Murray drives in straight at the chest of Raphael Putney, and that sends Murray right down to the ground. Murray waiting and anticipating right at the chest of Putney. Putney could not keep his hands just straight up, was trying to see if he could get the block. Murray holding the knee, but he'll get up and go to the free throw line.
At the top of the broadcast, we spoke about Putney's foul troubles that he's had in the previous game. He's done well to stay out of foul trouble here today.
The 32-year-old guard, Michael Adam Murray, has played in Finland, Spain, England, Portugal, and France, and averaged 12.7, 5.7 in the qualifiers for this. Putney. Cross-court pass to Binajay. Beira zone shifts. Ganapama tried to drop off to Binajay. Nimamade out in the open floor. He tries to throw up to Mungawambe. Can't find the connection. Ganapama hangs, hits. Lead now up over 11. Up to 11.
Ganapamo well on his way to 40 points as we see Mama Ganapamo enjoying herself in the stands.
Or maybe the inspiration behind the performance that we're seeing from Evans Ganapamo on the floor. 34 points. Best offensive game for the Cape Town Tigers since he's been with them. Putney. Vinajay, dang, open on the baseline. Shot comes off to front iron. Whiz! Right at Putney, and he gets the contact. You can count the bucket and one.
Back-to-back fouls by Raphael Putney. He's now picked up his third.
Nice long strides, and then the elbow comes into the face of Putney as Ubis clears out on the drive, but gets three the old school way. 1:46 left, and we're still have an 8-point game.
This is not a game, Q, that feels as though there was a 23-point gap at some point.
Dang. The reverse comes out, but he can't put the layer back in. Nemamade and Beira looking for their final options here as time starts to wind down, but still not out of it. Pass in. Ubis drops off. Nemamade. Short jumper. Well contested. Putney did fantastic work on that to contest. Binajay surrounded by three Beira players. Extra pass. Out to Deng. Deng bounces up, and Putney just could not drop it down. Trying the spectacular play. Murray on the other end. Back to Deng. Deng. Putney. Up for Deng! Could not play provider, but he puts down this one on the offensive end, and that is to the pleasure of the crowd in attendance.
You've got to love the joy and of that connection between Putney and Deng.
They are having so much fun, and it's the joy of basketball with the game now at 10 points. Deng ahead. And it looks like Beira are happy to concede at this point. Ganapamo, not sure if he's going to try one with 5 seconds left. Ganapamo, Murray in front of him. 2 seconds. Puts up the shot, and Murray gets a touch on. And it's been highly entertaining watching this display by the Cape Town Tigers. Mama Ganapamo can do nothing else but smile. And Evans Ganapamo with the right smile on his face. And that's the first time we've seen some emotion from Evans Ganapamo on the floor.
It's awesome to see Evans Ganapamo with a smile on his face, usually stone cold faced.
Well, Cape Town Tigers are crowned Division East champions, and it was almost a wire-to-wire win as three-point shooting came to the fore, led in principle by Evans Ganapamo. 34 points on 12 of 24 shooting. He was 8 of 16 from downtown, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and that's how the Cape Town Tigers offense was spearheaded. Evans Ganapamo putting on a show and handshakes all around, smile on his face. And the Cape Town Tigers are crowned Division East champions for the first time. They chose to host these qualifiers in Johannesburg. There's been a lot of work put in by all parties involved, and the Cape Town Tigers as hosts come away with a much cherished championship. There were probably moments in their journey where they thought it was not going to work out, going down to Urunani in group play, and at full time it's Beira 71, Cape Town Tigers 81.
And looking at those full-time stats, 16 three-point shots made by the Cape Town Tigers and just 2 on the side of Beira. On the inside, Beira dominating 24-49. Tigers was just 15-23. The free throws, Beira going to the line 20 times, making 17 of those. Tigers getting there just 5 times.
Well, I am joined by the MVP right here, that is Evans Ganapamo. 22 points yesterday, 34 today. Is that the plan, to always push yourself further in every game?
Yeah, for sure. Today I got some open looks. So, I made sure to capitalize on that. I was shooting bad the whole tournament, so it feels good to hit some shots today.
Yeah, and just your experience, your overall experience of the qualifiers.
Well, it's been amazing. Our team really grew. We really got better as a team, so I think we're going to be ready for the B.A.L.
Well, congratulations, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. That is Evans Ganapamo, who has contributed immensely to the team's success. Well, I'm now joined by the captain, that is Peter Prinsloo. Captain, 1 defeat out of the 5 games that you played. Would you say that you're proud with what your team has achieved?
Hey, our ultimate goal was to come out of here winning the Elite 16 and, winning this championship and moving on to B.A.L. Yesterday we managed to qualify, but for us today was still the final and we had to win. Obviously we came in here with the mission of being 5-0, but at the end of the day, winning the whole thing and qualifying for B.A.L. is what we wanted. So we're all content. I think guys are happy that it's over as well, because it was a lot.
Well, congratulations once again.
Thank you.
That is Peter Prinsloo, sweating heavily. Just goes to show that he also gave his all in this game. Joined now by the captain, Armando Batista, who will be translated by Williams. Captain, a defeat in the final, but a spot in the B.A.L. Your overall thoughts on your team's performance?
Hoje, ontem, como sempre. Eu penso que foi bom campeonato, né? Nós tínhamos como objetivo apurar e ontem conseguimos e hoje queríamos tentar acertar algumas coisas que ainda tínhamos que completar. Penso que não deu certo. Tá de parabéns à equipa do Cape Town, mesmo as 3 melhores equipas que apuraram para outra fase.
Yeah, I think we completed our objective. Then he said today was a little more complicated. We had to do some different things. Cape Town, congratulations to them. They're one of the top 3 teams, just like us in this championship. But he said overall it's a good championship. He's happy.
Well, congratulations on your overall qualification.
Parabéns.
Okay, obrigado, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, let's throw back to our commentary team.
Well, that is how we crown out this B.A.L 2023 Division East champions, and it is the Cape Town Tigers who walk away with the championship, with the prestige and with all of the glory, because they have qualified into the Basketball Africa League. They've won out the finals and they have played some fantastic basketball, putting on a show where necessary. Playing host was